Speaker, you're looking for the office of Member of Parliament, but you've also been at the County Assembly for the past close to 5 years now. What do you think is a must-do for the next government, and do you have any insights on what your party, UDA, is seeking to do if they win election?
Yeah, well, I think, and probably I'll just start on from where maybe Honorable Elachi started by saying she elects or she wishes to elect Raila Odinga because he has an opportunity to fight corruption. I think that is a bit misguiding the public because we are not very clear whether actually we are voting for Raila Odinga in the coming election. The kind of push and the kind of campaigns we are seeing coming from the current government, the current president, sometimes we actually wonder, are we having, or is someone pushing for a government where they're going to have some informal kind of an arrangement of power, like the way we are having today? Today, you know, Raila is not in government, yet he runs government. And it seems like there is that brotherhood agreement that I will make a position for you this time round when you're in opposition and you're in government. Then you run government from outside, and then when I leave, you do the same thing. You are in the government, then informally I'm also running government from outside. Now, the challenge with this is that it brings a lot of unaccountability, you know, because, for example, today, even if...
How possible is that, Speaker? Because I thought once you're elected, you hold power.
Yeah,
you control the instruments of power.
You hold power, you hold instruments of power. But didn't you see in Jakarta where President Kenyatta was there waiting for Raila Odinga to arrive, yet he holds power, and he's the one who is supposed to be waited for and to be, received at Jakarta. I mean, what I'm saying is that there's that brotherhood arrangement that let's share this thing informally, you know, away from the constitutional dictates. And so when you talk about a puppet president, that's basically what we are saying, that we are likely to have a president who can't even run a government, who cannot even take care of corruption, as we are saying, and so cannot have anything firm in terms of what you need to do. For example, there's some policies that have been made in the past which have defrauded Kenyans of the resources. You come up with a law, for example, to say that a bank that does not meet certain threshold must merge or be sold or be bought by another one, and then you exempt them from paying taxes, and then you bring a bank that is related to you and takes advantage of that tax relief, and then that law or that policy ends at that point in time, and then Kenyans are defrauded of that tax, as we are saying. So and you know, really, that's part of corruption. It's what we call the policy corruption. It's official corruption, whereby you're defrauding Kenyans of. Yeah, so basically...
And so what is the agenda of UDA?
What you're saying is that as a UDA government, one of the things that we have is we are forthright. This is our candidate, this is a person who is going to be elected, and this is a person who is going to be accountable to Kenyans. And so the kind of promises they are going to give are promises that can be met, unlike what we have on the other side. And at the moment, one of the things that we are looking at is to ensure that we devolve funds through the bottom-up approach and take all the monies or a lot of the resources that we are going to have as a Republic of Kenya back to the people so that we can grow the economy from below. And you see, that is also going to remove these monies that politicians and other well-connected people use at the highest level to defraud Kenyans. For example, you have areas where a government minister just decides we are going to do a project that does not add value to anyone in this Republic of Kenya. For example, look at what we are doing at Thika Road. We have apparently a lane that we are creating at the middle of the road that is going to be a bus lane, called a BRT. And when you try to figure out what this minister is actually thinking about, when you try to figure out why we are spending billions of shillings to establish this kind of a lane at the middle of the road, then you can't really figure out, you can't actually comprehend. And so all these resources you're seeing being misused, which is part of the 7.2 trillion Kenya shillings that have been borrowed during this handshake time. when you look at the way we are misusing this money that we have borrowed, then you know for sure we have an accountability in government. So one of the things that UDA government will do is to be accountable to the citizens. And the issue of public participation will be very key and very important. That has already started.
Okay. About
3 weeks ago, His Excellency the Deputy President was in Nyeri County, where we had a meeting with the public, stakeholders, where all of them raised their issues in their own sectors and said, this is what we want the government to address. And that was taken. And the Deputy President sat there for, from 11 all the way to 5 p.m. taking notes, and with a team of economists. As we are talking now, they are somewhere in Naivasha actually drafting the mantra, drafting the contract that the Deputy President is going to be signing with the people of Nyeri in coming days. And he's going to do this for every county. We are going to sign this contract and agree this is what is going to be put in the budget. And who is going to be checking and supervising this? It is the people. And so when resources are...
Speaker.
When you have this kind of an agreement, an arrangement from the people, and then it is going to form the budget allocations for the first, years, 3-4 years, then you have the people, directly
I hear you, Speaker.
supervising